Good day to you, my lords and ladies. I'm the Lord Commander Pyrpk, and today I will be ranking the legendary artifacts from the worst one to the best one. So let's start. As we all know, basically we do have 10 legendary artifacts over here, as you can see, and luckily I do have all 10 of them. So yeah, let's go into it. And number 10, basically in my opinion, and let me know if you agree with this one, is definitely the Crown of Winter Roses. So this artifact is active artifact. Honestly, if you are having it on R7, it could be pretty powerful. However, it's not that much powerful, honestly, if you are not tryharding with it. In longer fights, you can get more damage than when using Access, for example, but however, this artifact is not that good, honestly, and it's mostly defensive artifact, defense based, so I do strictly recommend to stay away from this artifact. I do regret spending hundreds of cards simply to get it on R7, but yeah, it is what it is. This was one of my biggest mistakes, honestly, in this game, and I mean, this artifact is really not that awesome, so definitely I'm gonna put it into number 10. Now, number 9, and let me know if you agree with this one, in my opinion, is the shield. Now this is another pretty defensive based artifact, defense based, honestly, and as you can see, it does increases your attack power, but mostly it increases your defense. You'll get some rage. Yeah, honestly, this artifact is good if you only have this legendary artifact. It could be useful because it will increase your attack power and defense and stuff, but it's not that powerful and ultimately good if you have some other artifacts as well. And definitely all due respect to this artifact, but I do have to put it on position number 9. Now, number 8 in my opinion, and now it's gonna get harder because other artifacts are pretty good, honestly, but under number 8 I do have to put Ice Hilt. Even though I don't like this artifact, honestly, yeah, let me know what you think about this, but honestly, putting Ice Hilt under number 8 would make sense because other artifacts are pretty decent, pretty good, and it's gonna be definitely hard to choose decent positions for all of them. And as you can see, Ice Hilt increases your defense and stuff, but also you will get some attack power, some crit damage, some attacking speed, and this artifact is also pretty good balanced, so I do like this one, and this artifact honestly deserves some better plays, but there are other better artifacts actually, so I have to put it on 8th spot. However, big respect to this one. I like Isis Hilt, but it is what it is. So let's go forward, and number 7 in my opinion, and let me know what you think about this, would be the Torrent's Crown. I do like this artifact, and it's really good. It's really good balanced. It gives you attack, it gives you HP, it gives you also attack power again, but defense as well. And this artifact is pretty good if you like to play balanced game between attacking and defending, honestly. So yeah, I do highly recommend to play with this artifact if you have it, unless you have access, honestly. I do have to put it on position number 7. However, this artifact is pretty amazing, honestly, in my opinion, and if I have to rate this artifact from 1 to 10, it would be 8 out of 10, but there are, in my opinion, some better artifacts, and this one is pretty decent, Torrent's Crown, so let me know what you think about this. Now let's continue, and let's go which artifact is gonna take the 6th spot. Now, we do have some pretty good artifacts left, for example, Access, Nissa, Ruby, Dark Sister, Tunic, Broken Sword, and it's gonna be really interesting. So definitely, in my opinion, 6th place is gonna go to Nissa. I do like this artifact, and in my opinion, it's something 8 out of 10 or 8.5 out of 10. It's pretty decent. It gives you really huge daze damage, critical strike rate, critical strike damage, some attack power, resistance gauge, breaking damage and stuff. Really good artifact, additional skills. I could even maybe rate it 9 out of 10, and this artifact is really heavily underrated, honestly. It's really good. You can also use it in general gameplay, basically, in playing general content, not only for warm walks, for this season, basically. Yeah, it's a bit underrated by our community. Now let's see what other artifacts are in top 5, and what do we have? We have Access, we have Ruby, we have Dark Sister, Tunic, and the broken sword. Now these artifacts are pretty amazing, and as we all know, basically Robbie, Dark Sister and Tunic are class artifacts. Robbie is for assassin, Dark Sister is for knight, and Tunic is for sellsword. Now honestly, this is definitely gonna be hard to decide because all three artifacts are so powerful for their own classes. I'm gonna be ranking them, how much useful are they generally in this game for all three classes if you are to have them. So yeah, let's go. All due respect to my assassin lords over here, but I would have to put the Robbie on the 5th place because Robbie is mostly useful for assassins because of poison, and definitely you can create so sick build with cutting mutilation and Robbie and bloodburst stacks that you can get so much power out of it that it's literally unbelievable. But if you are to use Robbie and you are playing knight and let's say sellsword, then Robbie won't be helping you that much, honestly. Yeah, I'm a bit sad because of it. But as you can see, Robbie will increase your attack power, will give you defense, will give you damage increase, which is really amazing. And this is also helpful even though you are not using assassin, let's say, and you have this artifact. It's really useful to get some damage increase, attack increase, and some defense as well. So it's pretty balanced and pretty strong artifact. But if you're playing like assassin, you can create so good build with this that it's heavily good. Now 4th place is gonna go, so what do you guys think? Yeah, it's gonna go to Tunic. Why is Tunic in front of Robbie? When you are starting this game, basically, you are struggling with critical strike rate and it's really painful. And Tunic is giving you critical strike rate, which is really important in this game, especially if it's gonna help you to reach the crit gap. And Tunic is gonna give you some critical strike rate as well, and attack power and HP increase. Of course, this is also a bit balanced as well as Robbie, but Robbie is gonna give you damage and Tunic is gonna give you crit rate, and basically we can put them both on 4th and 5th place, literally, because sometimes you're gonna need that crit rate, sometimes you're gonna need that additional damage. And these two artifacts are pretty good for their own classes, but if you are to use them on other classes, they won't be helping you that fully. For example, Landal Tunic is so good for sellswords, as you can see. It will give you damage against destruction targets, additional crit rate, additional crit damage. So basically this is pretty good for sellswords. But if you are to use it on knight or assassin, it won't help you that much. But it's good to have because it can give you some crit rate and some attack power. So literally we can constantly switch Landal Tunic and Robbie on 4th and 5th place because they are pretty good. And now on the 3rd spot I would put Dark Sister. And why is the Dark Sister in front of Robbie and Tunic? Well, you can use Dark Sister actually as assassin and as sellsword if you want. It's generally against burn targets, and you can burn targets as sellsword and as assassin, which means that you're gonna get additional artifact skills when using Dark Sister, and that's amazing. It also increases your attack power, it gives you some more defense stats like HP increase and damage taken decrease, but it will increase your damage against burn targets, critical strike rate and crit damage on all three classes. And that's why I put Dark Sister in front, but definitely this is the best artifact if you're playing as a knight, in my opinion, for general content. Now, we do have Access and the Broken Sword left. Now probably many players are gonna disagree with me because I didn't put the Broken Sword behind Dark Sister, Tunic and Robbie, but the reason for that is actually that if it wasn't for Season 3 critical strike rate nerf, the Broken Sword would probably still be the primary option for many players to use it, no matter if they are playing assassin, knight or sellsword, because when you have the Broken Sword, you're gonna get you're gonna get heavily increased critical strike damage, then also some attack power and defense increase, but down here your active skill damage is gonna be heavily increased, then active skill cooldown is gonna be decreased, as well as rage consumption, and you are literally able to spam slashes, turning kick, let's say, or merciless strike based on what you are playing. If it wasn't for that crit, as I said, you could have spammed those skills and crit 100%, and like deal so much damage with those skills that it's literally amazing. But unfortunately it's not like that anymore. With season 3 there were some changes and calculations, so the broken sword is not like that anymore. However, in my opinion, it's still taking the second spot, and I hope like with season 4 those calculations are gonna like come back and we're gonna be able to use the broken sword once again in its full light. As for Wormwalks, this broken sword is so good that actually with broken sword you can hit so many points, much more than with other passive artifacts, let's say, because you can spam those skills, get like more damage and stuff. So the broken sword is definitely number 1 for Wormwalks as well. Yeah, in my opinion, definitely this sword deserves more respect, honestly, and should be like on place too, because this artifact is so amazing. You can use it with all 3 classes and create really good builds, especially if you find a way to like crit 100%. Let me know what you think about this sword. Okay, and now definitely, as we all know, number 1 is the Twins Axe. I wish you all luck, guys. So may you all get those axes. May you all have it on R7, because those axes are amazing. They are increasing your attack power, critical strike damage, some HP increase. Then again, attack power and critical strike rate as artifact skill. And there are also some additional artifact skills that are gonna like make your job easier. And definitely Twins Axe is like number 1. It also gives you like 200 rage once you activate it, and trust me, this one is really useful, and that's why it's like number 1 for everyone. It's really powerful and it also gives you rage. Twins Axe is number 1, and I hope it won't get nerfed. So definitely that will be it, guys. Let me know what you think about this ranking, and definitely write down in the comment section your rankings so we can discuss it together. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next video. Until then, have fun and goodbye.